So the job I'm planning on doing over the next couple of days is the wall that's straight in front of us there, making that into a doorway. So at the minute, I'm going to go around the other side in a minute, at the minute that's sort of the back of the kitchen. So to get into the kitchen at the minute, we're sort of coming through here. So there's the hallway, we're coming into this room which is the dining room, and then going into the kitchen which is straight in front of us there. So what I want to do is block that doorway off that's in front of us, so the dining room is literally just the dining room. So there's the door again from the dining room, and what I want to do is where that tall housing is there, I'm going to take that out, take that wall unit off, that bit of worktop off, and basically that's the back of the hall, so that there will be made into a doorway. So first jobs today, strip out the kitchen units, there's a central heating programmer on the other side, and then I'll look at getting the lintel in, and then we'll see how we're doing for time after that. Once I've got the lintel in, I'll either start knocking the wall out, or if we're pushing on for time, getting the wall out will be tomorrow's job. We'll just see how we're doing. So, right, so I've undone all the screws I can see, I pulled it loose. Trying to keep this in one piece, I don't think, it's definitely obviously not going to go back in the kitchen anywhere, but we might need bits to sort of tidy up this when it's done. I'm not really. So I'll get this out of the way. Can you just help me carry it, Alicia?
Yeah, where do you want it in there?
Do a bit at the back, see when you've got it.
Tip it back a little more. Right, okay, I've got it.
Now I'm going to lift the feet up. Right, I see. So this cupboard's going to need to come off. I'll probably just take this full worktop off because we'll probably want to keep that nice, well I say nice, we'll want to keep that rounded edge. So what I'll do is, I'll cut this, which will be a straight cut, and then move it all that way probably. It's a bit weird this because that's sort of further forward than that, if you know what I mean. Don't know why they've done all that, but anyway, not to worry. So I've got, as luck would have it, this bit of wood is about the width of the doorway. It's in there, so I know that basically I need to come to there, but luckily I think, like I say, these are just sort of fairly loose, so I'll get this cupboard off, which is the main thing, and hopefully the worktop will just lift off, and like I say, after that we'll go from there. So we've got the plaster knocked off in the kitchen, you can see that, and this is the hallway. I've got it knocked off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drill through from the hall above the height of where the lintel's going to go, to take a brick out so I can then get me props in, and then we'll go and put the lintel in, and then from then I'm going to start knocking bricks down. So once you get that out, there's a bit of go on, just keep knocking it on the end, and it'll twist it round. There we are. So it's a bit like when they made the channel tunnel, we've got through. So there's Andrew on the other side. So we've got through. So I'm going to acro prop this one first, take the other brick out, and then we're going to take the bricks off from the kitchen side, simply because I won't have to walk as far with them to get them outside. So I'm going to put the acro prop in. So we've just told off anything for now. So I've got one of the acro props in, and we're just going to knock the other brick out now. Right, so you can see we're getting there now. Just got the last couple of bricks, and then I'm going to square it up, and then put the lintel in, and then probably let the lintel set. While the lintel's setting, might go to Wicks and buy the blocks for the other bit. And tomorrow's job will be blocking that up. Probably won't do that today though, I don't want to rush it. Be good just getting this opened up and cleaned up, worn it today really. And then probably tidy it up and just let all the plaster set. But we'll see how we're doing for time. Right, just an update. So we've got all the bricks knocked out. I've had that lintel in. I've gone in, sort of through into that wall, so I've got it on the sort of solid wall at that side. There's a hole at the top there.
and then I've took a brick out of that side, so I've got like about 150, 160 mil in on either side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the door frame in all round, and then sort of fit the lintel in above that, and then tidy it up with concrete with like mortar around the sides, and then that'll probably be about it for today. And then tomorrow I'll be on sort of like blocking up that door, bricking up there probably, and that type of thing. So just see how we get on. I'm just at a stage now where I'm going to start bricking up. So I've got my lintel in, it's not level or out, it's just laid there just so it's in the rough position. So I'm going to brick up here, just a single course of bricks, and get the lintel in, and then brick across. I'll leave the acro props in overnight, and then tomorrow I'll pull them out and sort of just mortar up them a couple of little bits where they are. So that's my plan now. So I'm still on, so you can hopefully see I've got the bricks in. I'm just pointing up this side, and then I'm going to come round and point up that side. It is going to get plastered over, so obviously I'm not massively precious about it. But obviously I want it is supporting the top of the landing and stuff, so you should be able to see I've got the lintel in. I've got a nice mortar mix, a 4:1 mix I've gone with here, just so it's nice and strong. The lintel, 150 mil, well it's more than 150 mil over either end, so it's good solid fixing. I'm just pointing up, I think one of my other videos I've got this little tuck pointer, so I put my hawk tuck pointed in. It's really good that anybody could point with one of them, and then I use a wallpaper scraper to do like the perpendicular joint. Really good with that, so I'm pleased with it. So I'm just carrying on. So it's getting towards the end of the first day now. My goal tonight is basically just to get this all pointed up, and then tomorrow hopefully we'll get the bulk of the rest of the work done.
Hiya, so I'm back again, just showing you. So that's the opening through into the dining room. There's just a dust sheet up, which is why you can't see all the way through. So I'm planning on blocking that up today. So I've got some thermalite blocks, because it's not load bearing or anything like that. The lintel, which you can't really see, but well, you maybe can, but the lintel's still in there, so there's no load or anything there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to block it up. So unfortunately it's not quite 2 blocks wide, so I'm having to slightly take off a slither off them. So going like 2 blocks and then a centre with 2 arcs, 2 blocks, centre with 2 arcs, and so on. They're just lightly stood in. I just sort of cut the first couple just to get a feel for what was happening. I've also got some ties that I got from Wicks. So to secure it, I put the tie on, so clip it off, put it on, the rail, sorry, put it on like that, and then the tie will come across to hold the bricks in. So I'll do that. So when I come to that, I'll update the video again. I've just got a mix on at the minute, and then we'll see how we do for time. I'd like to get this, at least get this blocked up today. Maybe hopefully try and get a layer of back and plaster on it. If I can get it back and plastered today, I can then tomorrow look at a bit of an easier day, look at doing a bit of plumbing, because we're going to put a radiator around there. Now there is some radiator pipe running on the back, so I'm hoping I can tee off the back, come through, but I'll have to drain the system down and stuff, so that's probably a job for tomorrow morning. We'll just see how we get on today. Like I said, if I can get it blocked up, I'll be pleased with that. If I can get it blocked up and plastered, that'll be excellent. So we'll see how we're doing. I'll update you once my mix is ready and I get going. So a bit of an update, got the first couple of layers in. So I'm going to put my brick tie, it's not massively neat or anything, but it is straight and it is level. It's good solid fixing, so I'm going to put my brick ties in now. And then I'll get some more courses of bricks in. So I'm at the halfway point now, just mixed another load of mortar, and I've cut all my blocks, so there's all my blocks, they all cut to size. So hopefully I should just be able to get that last leg in, and then that's us done, as far as blocking up goes anyway. So I've just got my normal trowel,
my mix. I've made it quite moist, quite wet, because these blocks seem to like soak it up. Basically I'm putting a layer on. I've got my brick tie in there, I don't know if you noticed that. And I'm taking my blocks, I've put them the right way around, so the end one there, a bit of mortar on the side to sort of join it in. I do it over the bucket because loads comes off. And I'm putting it up, pushing it in so it's getting a nice good fix. Again, plenty of mortar on the edge. Up and in. Final block. I've just been checking them for size because sometimes you can see it gets a bit tight. So just tapping along a little bit. It goes in there and I've got my 10mm now. So I have measured them out, so I've got approximately a 10mm gap on them all. So because it's only a small wall, nice and easy just to do it like that. And I'll level them up afterwards. So there we are. I've just got the last brick in, or the last block in I should say. So I'm just going to have a quick cup of tea. I'll point it up and then I'll give you a look round the other side as well. And then once I've had my cuppa, I'm going to try and get a back and plaster on it, so get the browning on that. Also get the browning on like the doorway, the new doorway that we've installed, and up above, the same in the hallway. So I'll give you a look at all that in a minute once I've had a cup of tea. So this is the new doorway into the kitchen from the hall. As you can see, I've pointed up there, and I've put a bit of rendering on up there as well, just above the lintel, just so it gives the plaster something better to key to. This bit hasn't been PVA'd yet, and just if anyone's interested, that's the plaster I'm using. It's Thistle hard wall. It's what I used in the lounge. If you've seen the video of me doing a bit of patching up in the lounge, I think there's a video that might not actually be on yet, but anyway, I have used it in the lounge and there will be a video at some point showing that. So that's that. And this is Alicia. So she's just PVA'ing the wall in the dining room. So this is where the other side of the kitchen, so this is how you did get into the kitchen. So originally you had to get into the kitchen through the dining room, which, I mean, it wasn't a massive issue, but it was a bit of a wasted wall. So now we've done that, we've got quite a big wall there. We get a, you know, 3-seater settee or something like that. That'll make it a lot more practical. Also keeps any sort of cooking smells and things like that out of the dining room once we actually get round to decorating it. This is one of the first jobs Alicia's done for the last 2 or 3 months.
No, it's not.
What else have you done?
Go and show them that staircase. I stripped all the paint off. That takes forever.
Yeah, so Alicia's also been
No, listen,
stripping
I don't get trusted with proper jobs. I just get, like, go for jobs. I don't get trusted with the glory jobs, like, you know what I mean?
Right, so I'm still on with the wall. My original plan today was to plaster this wall, or brown it up anyway, back and plaster it. But I thought before I do that I'm going to move the radiator, which I haven't really filmed a lot of that, to be honest, but I will do some separate videos doing a bit of plumbing because I've got loads to do. But anyway, I thought I might as well show you sort of what I've done to get to the radiator on the other side.
And then this is the kitchen. So you can see I've got my new radiator on. I've put a temperature valve on it. Pipe going through the other side. The right hand side one, the one with the valve on, I've put a drain off on that as well. So again, it's all Yorkshire soldered fittings, but I've put a drain on. That orange pipe that's on it at the minute is just going to a drain outside, and like I say, I'm just basically flushing it through with just normal water at the minute, just to clean the pipes before I pressurise it all up again. It will need inhibitor back in the system, but I'll do that once I've moved the other radiator out of the back room, which I'll probably do at some point over the next month or two. But I want to finish all this off first before I start doing other stuff. So I'll hopefully get the other wall plastered tomorrow or over the next week. I'll then get all the rewiring done, and then once I've done the rewiring, the main project will then be the loft, but as a bit of a side fill-in type of project, will be sorting that radiator out in the other room. So following on from yesterday when I was doing the plumbing, I've just come in today to brown this off. So what I've done, I've mixed some back and plaster, some brown and plaster. Got a bucket of water just to sort of wash my tools since I'm going. Brush to then sheet wash the tools down. Got my normal float. What I'm going to do is get it somewhere sort of near and build it up. I've got my long screed, but obviously it's not long enough for this wall. So I found as straight a bit of wood as I can. I'm hoping I can sort of use that. This, like I say, it's only back and plaster, and then this full wall will get skimmed next year or at a later date anyway. So we'll just see how we get on.
So everyone can see me carrying this 25 kilo bag for my next mix.
So just a final rounding up. We've got the back and plaster on there. You can see it's fairly smooth. Like I said before, we'll be getting skimmed over, so that's no problem. To the right hand side, just to the side of the door frame, I've left the chase because there's a light switch to go in there when I get round to do the rewiring, which will be on a different video, so it's nice and smooth. It's a good job by Alicia there. And then just a final look in here. Got the radiator on, that was working last night. I've put the door frame back on. That's the door leading through into the hall. So again, back and plastered, but it'll be getting skimmed at a later date. And a final look at the doorway into the hall. So originally that was the brick wall. So it's all nicely fitted in the door frame. The trim's back on it. We've back and plastered above. The door's on, so it can be open and shut for now. So I'm really pleased with that. So now that'll just be left really for now. The plaster itself, like I say, I'll obviously need to skim over it, but that can be done when we get around to getting the skim and plastering done. But it's excellent now, so you've got nothing leading off the dining room, so it keeps the dining room warmer. The kitchen's got the radiator in there, so that's nice and warm now. So it took 3 days, yeah, 3.5 days really. So it's a day knocker now, day sort of putting the frame in and blocking up, a day on plumbing and bits of plastering in between, and then a day to day just finishing off the big area of plastering. So, and we haven't been sort of mega rushing either, we've been taking it nice and easy, so it's a good, excellent job done that now. The next major project now will probably be the loft conversion. There will be various bits going on in between, and hopefully I'll be rewiring actually as well at some point. So the rewiring started, but I want to get the rewiring finished, or as finished as far as I can before I start on the loft. So that possibly might be next week, depending on whether I'm on holiday or not. Or if I am away on holiday next week, it'll be whenever I next get a chance. So we'll see what happens.
Will I get through the door there?
Not that big.
No, I didn't mean that, I meant the top of it.
Oh, sorry. No, you put weight on there.
Stop acting.
So we see there now. Found a snake hiding in it. It must have escaped out of its cage.
That is our snake, just to confirm. What the hell?
It's obviously been on manoeuvres.
Oh my god.
That's good one, that. Where was the dust sheet?
On the fireplace.
That's been keeping warm near the fire in the front room.
Oh my god.
It's our snake, isn't it?
Yes, it's our snake.
I noticed this morning it was slightly open.
Oh, I was saying so there.
It's a good one.